Welcome everybody to another video, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys my old trades from back in 2017 and 2018. I'm going to show you guys how I got to this point through my actual trades. I made a video similar to this, how I actually got to this point, just in technical terms, but this time I'm actually going to be talking and showing you guys the actual trades that I did. Just to give you guys a little bit of an example of where I am at right now, so I have Dominus Auris, Clockwork headphones, and then a bunch of other smaller items, and especially my 21 waffle hat collection, so can't forget about that. But this is my inventory right now, and I'm going to show you what I started with and how I traded my way up all the way to this point. Now the first thing we're going to have to do is scroll all the way down past the hundreds, or maybe even thousands of trades that I've done, all the way to the bottom. And there we go, we got to the bottom. So this is the very bottom of my trades list, my completed trades list, and this is the first ever trade that I did in Roblox. And it's actually with my sister here, and yeah, it's we just kind of exchanged items. We didn't really do anything serious. As you can see, there's a big gap between my first ever trade and the time that I actually started to trade. So right here is actually the first official trade that I did when I actually got into trading, which is going to be on 7/16/17. Now the first item that I started with in trading is going to be the beautiful hair for beautiful space people, the space hair. So I believe this was around 4K value at the time. Now one thing that was pretty crazy about trading back then are the smalls were about like 200 wrap, and you had to go on rbx.rocks to actually see the value of items and stuff like that, but like there was no guidance like there is today in Rollimon, so it was definitely a whole another scenario. And one big thing already is you can tell that the prices of stuff have changed like drastically. Like I remember Black Iron Horns was just this like 2K small, nothing special at all, and then you got this random thing here, but as you can see now, like this has changed very much. So this would be my first ever official trade when I got into trading, and here is going to be my second trade, which this isn't a good start at all, because I gave Space Hair for these two, and then I gave these two and a Noob for the Space Hair. So I didn't start off the best trader, because here I am already losing and fail trading, I guess, but is what it is. We move on, learn from our mistakes. Right here we got Space Hair for quite a few things. Yeah, that's another thing. The winks used to be like 1K, like they weren't really much of anything. They were just like small faces, and they've definitely inflated a lot as well. One thing that came to mind is actually like the things like the goofs and stuff, and some of the noob assists, and I know like Playful Vampire, catching snowflakes, like all those items actually came out at the time that I was trading here. So I bought a lot of these items that had like some of the first copies of a lot of these items. Like I remember buying the goofs, I remember buying like the golden bling braces, and some of the noobs and stuff like that. But it was actually a pretty fun time, because I was buying all these limiteds, and it was a lot of fun. Here's a big one. This must have been when Catching Snowflakes came out, because it looks like, yeah, that's the first time I got it. So yeah, what I think I did here is I bought Catching Snowflakes, and then I got another to kind of hold on to for a little bit, because there was that hype around the item, which I believe is what I did. Actually, yeah, here, this is exactly what I did. I got two of them, so I held on to them for a little bit, and then I gained actually a decent amount, I'd like to think. I actually got, oh, interesting. Yeah, look at that. That's actually, you know what? I was kind of smart here. Look at that. So I gave just camo for one of these, and then I got, blue goof with the camo and some Robux for just the Catching Snowflakes. So I'll give myself a little bit of props for that. As I'm going through these trades, it's always kind of interesting to think, like, what if I knew how the outcome of just items in general is going to be, and if I held on to like a bunch of a certain item, like if I held on to a bunch of Playfuls and Catching Snowflakes and all that for like, 5 years until now, like how rich I would be, because it's actually pretty crazy to think about. Now here's an interesting thing. I can't find the trade where I actually got this square waffle top hat. I might have bought it or something, but I do know this was my first ever square waffle top hat. This is, the OG, my iconic item, and this is, I actually remember, I believe this was like a big win for me at the time. This is my first ever trade of 2018, so we're moving from 2017 to 2018, but yeah, this is the first ever square waffle top hat that I had. Now it looks like 2018 is when I really started to get into trading because I ended up making some pretty big trades. Here I'm getting Green Bubble Trouble, which this is definitely a big trade because this was actually a decently big item. Same thing with Violet Fang, and I traded all these for Green Bubble Trouble, so, you know, I'm starting to make some moves at this time. And here's another one right after, and super happy face, Green Bubble Trouble, all for the Stickmaster Luke Peanut Butter Hair, which I don't even know how I got super happy face, but because I've been looking through the trades, I never saw a point where I received it, but yeah, I guess I gave those for the Peanut Butter Hair, which is crazy because this is not even close to a fair trade now, but I do remember super happy face was like 20k at the time that I was trading before. And yeah, I remember, and it still is, but the Peanut Butter Hair is one of my favorite items and definitely was at the time of trading. Here is another big one. Okay, so the big Stickmaster Luke Peanut Butter Hair that I gave a lot for, I ended up getting Blizzard Beast mode out of it, which I'm gonna assume this was a win at the time, but it definitely is now. Oh my gosh, here we go. Okay, this right here is the first, like, this is the biggest trade, first, like, I guess big trade that I did. This is when I got the Fiery Horns of the Netherworld. Oh my gosh, I remember this. So I basically gave almost everything I had for this thing, and yeah, this was like the first big trade I did, and I was very happy about this. I believe these things were around 40k, I want to say, at the time. And yeah, obviously that has changed drastically, but I remember I was so happy when I got these, and I had them for quite a while. And yeah, so this was definitely one of my favorite trades back in the day. And here we go, this right here, 130.18, one of the worst days of my trading career, which made me panic a ton. Bam, just like that. This is when I got scammed. I fell for a external website screen share method, which was definitely a smart scamming method at the time, and I believe it still gets people to this day. But yeah, this is when I got scammed, and I didn't really know what to do, but I basically was forced to watch this guy just take all my stuff, and it was heartbreaking. It truly was. Took both of my waffle hats, and yeah, took my fiery horns, and I was left with nothing. Luckily, Roblox came in clutch, and they got me a rollback, and then I just started to trade after that. Just continued, you know, but that was definitely a lifesaver from Roblox. Okay, here we go. This is one of the, actually this I think was the biggest trade I ever did at the time of trading back in 2018. It might have been the first or second biggest trade. So as you can tell, obviously a huge difference now. But this is when I got the Valkyrie helm. Like, and everyone knows this is such an iconic item to Roblox, and everyone wants to get it at least once. You know, that's always a big goal for people to get before they actually get it for the first time. And I basically dumped my entire inventory out just for this Valkyrie helm. And I would like to think it was around maybe 70k at the time. Maybe that's a little too much, actually. I'm not sure, but yeah, I got the Valkyrie helm back in 3/4/18. This one just hurts to look at. This looks like a donation. Like, that hurts. I don't even know why I would even do that. That just doesn't even seem right, like, in any way, at any time in trading. This just seems wrong. Okay, this trade right here was another big highlight of my old trading career. So this guy right here was quitting Roblox, and he gave me his troublemaker face, which was, I would like to believe, 60k at the time. Maybe that might be a little too much, maybe like 40k, but it was actually a pretty big face, and this was like absolutely crazy. So yeah, I got this huge profit, huge gain, and yeah, this definitely helped me out a ton. Oh jeez, here we go. Okay, so I remember this also wasn't my smartest trade. This is when I got Prankster. I gave Valkyrie helm and the troublemaker face I just got for prankster and then this stuff. So I think what I'm gonna guess happened here is I got this face and it was kind of like, oh well, I just gained all this value, let me just go ahead and get something bigger, which is probably definitely what I did. And yeah, I got the prankster face, and yeah, I was definitely happy about getting this because it was, you know, pretty cool to get another big item that I had achieved. And yeah. Now right here we are getting to some of the final trades of my trading career back in 2018, right before I took the big break. Now, the reason I took the big break is because like all these big games like Fortnite and other stuff like that, I just basically moved on from Roblox and started to do other stuff. You know, I was going into middle school at this time. And yeah, right here I ended up getting super happy face because I wanted to end on that, and I was gonna give my items to my sister, and I know she wanted the super happy face. Now this was definitely a very good move on my part, because if I didn't do this, then you know, I would not have started with as much, you know, 3 years later. And then I did that. Let's see what else I did. Got myself a legit. Would have been better if I didn't do that. And then yeah, here's the red super. So oh jeez, yikes. So I guess I got rid of that, got the red super. And then yeah, this is another not one of my proudest moments. So what I really wanted to do is get the Valkyrie helm. I wanted to just sit on the Valkyrie helm, and my sister wanted it. So in desperation, I gave all this for the Valkyrie helm, which is my final trade of 2018, just so I could get that. And the items that I ended off on are Valkyrie helm and super happy face, playful vampire, catching snowflakes, and like some other smalls. Now I will say that was a very smart move on my part. Holding on to all those high demand items was definitely very good, so I guess that's good that my sister wanted high demand stuff. Yeah, here's me giving all my stuff. Actually, yeah, look at that. Both types of supers too, so that's pretty smart. Gave the Valkyrie helm, all of that. Then yeah, gave all my stuff to my sister, just like that. Now, that was the last day I traded in 2018, was 11/27/18. That's when I gave all my stuff back to my sister. And the day I came back to trading was 3 years later on 5/25/21, and that was my return to Roblox trading. So if you are wondering, the time period I just went through in trades is going to be this part of my graph. This is when I started trading, this is when I got scammed, this is when I started trading more, here's when I got the donation, and then going up, and then this is eventually when I started to slow down, and then right here is when I quit. And then if we go over, this is where you're going to see the big just straight line. That's going to be when I gave my stuff to my sister, and I gave it and put on her account. And then inflation took my 165k value all the way to 431k, and that is when I started trading again. And that's what takes us to basically chapter 2 of my trading career, where I am at 3.2 million now, and I started with a space hair. So that is going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and now you know a little bit more about me, how I got from poor to rich, and anyone can do it. Like, I was just some clueless 5th grader, you know, 4th, 5th grader. I just wanted to trade, just mess around, and over time I learned how to trade and stuff like that. So I mean, anyone can do it if you want to trade up to big things like the Dominus RS that I have now. You know, I never thought I was going to be able to achieve that, and I have one, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, follow your dreams, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.